Hello everyone, welcome back to Face the Black Nation channel. So I'm coming at you with another timely video. Actually, it is a very sad video. Now, remember what I was talking about, how black women with their mental issues and how the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath. And we know that a psychopath normally at the time they are more calculated and that they really don't have a conscience, whereas a sociopath, they do semi have a conscience. They know what they're doing is wrong, but yet they don't have any empathy, just as the same as a psychopath they don't. And a sociopath, when they commit a crime, is something that is not thought out. It is something that is just done at the time of their feelings, of their emotions. Whereas a psychopath, they are more intelligent and more thought out, and they make plans on how they execute what they want to do. Well, here is this woman, this woman, Kadejah Brown. Now, as you can see in this screenshot, it shows a Terminator. And we all know that Terminators, they will not stop and won't stop until you are destroyed or deleted. We know exactly what it says, but for the sake of purpose, making sure that the video doesn't get flagged, they will not stop until you're deleted. Well, this woman, Kadejah Brown, she is just like a Terminator. The reason why I said so is because in Columbus, Mississippi, I believe this took place on Sunday, but don't quote me on that. She has been charged with deleting her husband. Oh, it took place on Saturday morning, not Sunday. It took place on Saturday morning. She has been charged with deleting her husband at the Green Tree Apartments in Columbus, Mississippi. And if I'm not mistaken, is that she did this in front of their children. She did this while doing a Facebook Live. So her and her husband, Jeremy Brown, they have been arguing. And as he was trying to leave the apartment and to defuse the situation, that is when she reached and got the weapon and she deleted her husband in front of the kids. Now, as the theme of the Terminator, we will never understand their mindset. And that is because, as I have made mention in my previous videos about how black women are on a ratio from 2 to 1, I suffer from depression than black men, and how they are not properly diagnosed. I have talked about that. And our women, they are more so on the side of sociopath. They do somewhat have a conscience. They're not as intelligent enough to carry out something. And that's not me being mean, but that is me being truthful. A sociopath, they also have impulses. They act on impulse. They do things that does not make any sense. They do things to basically destroy what is around you. And again, as I may mention, they do have a conscience, but it is weak. And when it comes to them, they are not calculated, and they are also known to be hot-headed. They act without thinking how it will affect others around them, whereas psychopaths, they are more cold-hearted and calculated. Excuse me. So with that being said, we see that there is a mental issue here that's going on. Now, that woman, Kadejah Brown, she could be a sociopath. Now, she could be one of those, but I'm just going to stick with sociopath because she actually acted out with a hot head. She did not think it through. She was arguing with her husband, and she did this on Facebook Live. she did not care. Now, there was a bond that was set at $750,000. And to me, there should not have been a bond for this, because it was a clear-cut case as to what took place to her husband. And she did this in front of the kids. So now the kids, they don't have any parents. They don't have a father, and they don't have a mother, because the mother is behind bars. Well, I hope she's behind bars. I hope she is not able to make bail. That is what I hope, that she is not able to make bail. With that being said, let's talk about black women. Now, yes, I do know that there are good black women out here, but we have too many Terminators walking around. There was a story not too long ago, about a couple of weeks ago, about a black mother, who was somewhere down in Alabama laying up with some dude while she had left her 3 children alone to be at home by themselves for 2 weeks. And I believe that they was in Texas, now if I'm not mistaken. And that the mom, she was basically living her life, and she did not care about her 3 small children. And people were saying that she was missing. This mother was missing. The mother was not missing, because her mother was the one that said, yeah, I seen her with this guy. And not just that, she was making social posts as well, documenting what it was that she was doing, making herself all dolled up and pretty while her children are left at home alone. And so we have Terminators out here in these streets. There are black women who have deleted their children because they did not want them anymore. Remember when I discussed in my previous video about the abortion rate, how the genocide in the womb is more so than the so-called violence that goes on in our community? Abortion takes the #1 spot. And our women, over 19 million, has been deleted since 1973. I believe that numbers is well above that, but well above that. But that is the latest information that I was able to find. But it just goes to show you how backwards our woman has gotten and has become, because they do not want to become civilized adults. Black women, they have the mindset not of a toddler, but someone who is mentally undiagnosed. And the reason why I don't want to use a toddler is because a toddler is not going to go around trying to cause harm against anyone. A toddler, yeah, they will pout. If they can't get their way, they will scream. If they can't get their way, they will kick and do all those other type of things. But when it comes to black women, if they can't get their way, they are going to try to make your life miserable. Just like a Pookie. They're going to try to make your life very miserable. And they're going to take pride in doing that. May it be destroying your car. May it be trying to destroy your finances. Anything that belongs to you, especially if you're a black man, black woman is going to try to find a way to put a stop to that and to destroy your life. She may call your job harassing you, harassing your state of employment. She would do all of those things. She will do exactly all of those things. And it really is sad that you have black women that would actually want to sit up and say that I am a queen, but yet, as I said before, you don't possess any queen-like qualities. To be a queen, #1, you have to be ladylike. #2, you have to have a king, because queens, you equals a king. Yes, there have been some queens in the past, but they always had men around them to help them to magistrate things, because they did know that people was going to try to overtake them because they are a queen. And most of the time the throne is meant for the king. Now it's just that you have black women who just have the mentality, when I say improperly diagnosed, she may be a schizophrenic and she don't know. She may be bipolar and she don't know. She may be suffering from severe depression. She could be suffering from any of those things, any of those type of mental health issues, but she doesn't know, nor does she even care to want to go take herself to go and get the help that she desperately needs in order for people around her to be safe around her, because no one is safe around these strags out here in these streets, because they do create the problems. They are the ones that creating the problems in these streets by giving birth and these single mother households, by having these children by men who don't even want them, and then they allow the streets to raise the children, especially the boys. They allow the streets to raise the boys, and when the streets consume the boys, they create a lot of problems. Like I have said, I had my car recently busted out last Wednesday, and it cost me over $2,000 in order to get it fixed. It was done by a Pookie. You can't have anything nice in your own community without one of them actually coming in to destroy it. So black women, they give birth to this because they don't have the ways or the means or the logic, the adult mindset on how to raise a child and to raise that child to be a productive citizen in society, a productive adult in society, to be able to contribute to it. See, black women has become so dark and become so evil. That is the reason why people don't want to be around black women, and that is the reason why black women are the least desired and the least married. There's a reason. Who wants to be around somebody that is like a fire breathing dragon on you every single chance and every single time when they are around you? Who wants to be around someone who is going to argue with you over something so small? I'm pretty sure that with Kadejah, with her and her husband, the argument was probably small, but she escalated it into something big, to the point that she had to go and grab a weapon to delete her husband. Now, she is 28 years old. No, I'm sorry. The husband was 28 years old. So he is no longer, he had a whole life in front of him. But unfortunately, he married himself a BT 10,000, a Terminator. And the Terminator will not stop until you are deleted. They don't care what they destroy. Black women feel that they have the right to act a fool in public. Black women feel that they have the right to go around destroying your property. Black women act like they have the right to be treated with the soft gloves, no matter how harshly or how manly that they behave on every single day. It does not matter. See, it's this type of mentality of black women that they make it bad for other black women, because see, because the good black women such as myself get lumped into the mess with these black women who are partaking in dysfunction. So the black women who are partaking in dysfunction, they are the ones that represents the black women in the black community. And that is not fair, nor is it right, because when a good black woman such as myself that does speak up, and I remember reading in one of my comments when I was speaking about Sierra and how her actions does not honor her husband, I literally had someone in the comments saying that I was being jealous of Sierra and that I need to find myself a man on my own. Like, really? So you mean to tell me that I cannot properly critique black women on their behavior, so therefore I'm jealous? I'm not jealous. I'm just sick and tired of the behavior, the toxic behavior of our women and the things that they do. That it is sad. Our women needs to seek some type of mental help, because we have too many of our women out here with these issues, and they are dragging the people around them to the ground. That's what they are doing. They are dragging them down to the ground, and they are making the community a lot worse, because see, they are mentally unstable. They sleep with a black man who is mentally unstable, and guess what? They create a child that is going to be mentally unstable, and then we have the cycle of dysfunction happening all over again in our community. See, stuff like this has to stop in some form of fashion. There really needs to come a time when the federal government is going to have to step in, and they're going to have to cut off these programs that these strags are so used to being upon, which just gives them the the allowance to keep having children out of wedlock because they know that the government is going to take care of them by giving them a house, giving them food stamps, Medicaid and Medicare, things to that nature. That's what happens. It's going to happen all the time, every single time. And this nonsense is going to continue to happen until something drastic is going to take place in the black community. See, black women love to sit up and to say that they are highly educated and that they are independent. Well, your actions truly proving me wrong. Your actions is showing that you're not highly educated and that you are not independent. You're actually dependent upon the white man, upon the government. You want to be independent from the black man, but as far as education goes, I don't think so, because you have individuals like Glorilla who comes from a school where there's a 96% deficit with individuals who can't read and write past the 3rd grade. They can't. And then you wonder why when she actually talks, you can barely understand what she is saying. You can barely understand it. Not even Google Translation can translate what she is saying because she doesn't make any sense at all. So we have this battle that we have to go up against in our black community, and black woman is not making the situation any better. Black woman is making the situation worse. And then you have to wonder why black man is over here trying to step away from the black woman. See, this is the reason why you had that chick, that pearly white chick, whatever her name is, how she was able to step in. Because she's saying the things that black man likes to hear and what they are going through. But see, here's the thing, like I may mention in her video, her people are the ones that caused the destruction of the black community. Because before we had all these alphabet governments that came into our community was intact. We had the black man with the black woman with strong children in the family. We really indeed did. Before feminism, before we had the FBI, the head of the FBI, Edgar Hoover, who said that Negro unity was the greatest threat to the United States of America. Then we had we had Gloria Steinem, who was a CIA operative, who came in with her vitriol and hatred towards black men and got black women to jump on the train. And then we had Planned Parenthood. We had them given the ability to delete all of our children, using it as a birth control. We had all of that. And then we had the drugs epidemic that took place in the 80s. So all of that came into the destruction of the black community. And then we also had the Democratic Party that constantly puts the black woman over the black man. So there is so much that is being done to help destroy and to further divide the black man from the black woman. And black women are not making it any better by them becoming the enemy to the black men. You see, black women love to say that black men are not protecting them. Well, why should they protect you when you're not giving them any reason? Why should they protect you when you're consistently making piss poor decisions? Why should they protect you when they know if they try to help you, they don't know if you're going to attack them or that you are going to get a pookie to come after them, and then that pookie ends up deleting the one who's trying to protect you, especially from a domestic dispute. Don't let a black man see who's actually trying to do good, see a black woman getting jumped on, and then that black man who's jumping on that woman turns around and deletes him. No, a black man should not have to risk all of that over you. You're the ones that stand in that toxic relationship. Why? Because you love it. You can get away from that, but see, you won't. Because in your mind, you figure that is what a man is about. So when a good man crosses your way, you want to mistreat him because you're so used to being mistreated by these doggone pookies out here in the streets. That is your problem. And then you have some of them that want to say that, oh, after a while that they want to find God. It just goes to show you that they suffer from some form of mental illness. After they don't have their city girl, whatever it is that you want to call it, with them being fast and all that stuff in their 20s and also in their 30s, by the time they reach their 40s and 50s, then they want to say, oh, I have found God and Jesus and he loves me, and he's going to forgive me for everything that I have done. No, it does not work that way. See, you're not putting forth any effort in order to change your matters around. But see, you actually want to excuse all of the toxic behavior, the toxic femininity that you have done in the past decades. You want that all to be excused by saying that you have found God, that you have found Jesus Christ. That is not going to work. It's not going to fly because of the amount of damage that you have already caused to the black community. You caused a lot of damage. And you left a lot of bodies in the way as well. So therefore, no matter what you're trying to do, it's very difficult for someone to say, okay, I forgive you. It's kind of hard for me to feel sorry for black women nowadays because of the actions that too many of our black women has done. When I see black women tweets talking about that, that these cops are not chasing after black men fast enough, when they're saying sick stuff like that, when you have black women that is saying if a black man has been accused of a crime, even though he's been proven innocent, they still want to say, oh, he still did X, Y, and Z. Even though the evidence proved that he's innocent, they still want to sit up and say, no, he did it. Look at, I can't think of his name, but he created the Nat Turner movie. I can't think of his name, but when he was found not guilty of the crime of the assault, you have black women out here saying like, no, he did do it. He did do it. So it doesn't matter when you have black women that is toxic like that. So when something does happen to a black woman, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for her because she has brought a lot of things upon her. That's what she has done. She has brought a lot of things upon her. And all you could do is just really shake your head about the situation. So going back to the story, I do feel so sorry for Mr. Brown's family, Jeremy Brown. I feel sorry for the children because the children no longer have a protector. She destroyed their protector. Now them kids are probably going to go into foster care. And who knows what is going to end up happening to those kids when they go into foster care. Because there's a lot of things that goes on into that where the child comes out scarred or even worse. They may be adopted by a family that may be sexual deviants or anything. The workers, they can do something to them, any little thing. That is if his family does not step in and take care of the children. If the family does not step in to take care of the children, that's more than likely where the children are going to go. She destroyed their protector. Instead of letting him go, she had to, on her mental illness, her being a sociopath, she had to go and grab a weapon and to delete this man. And she did it publicly for people to see and to hear it. I didn't even want to watch it because why would I want to entertain that? I didn't even want to watch it. Black women, you have become a danger to not just to everybody, but to yourself. You have done this to yourself. And then you wonder why you don't have any white knights out here that's coming in here to try to save you or to protect you. You wonder why. Who would want to risk their life in protecting you when they know that you have a disdain towards them? You don't care for black men. The white man truly isn't going to protect you. No other group of men is going to protect you. You have these divestors that be in these relationships with these white men, and these white men be deleting them left and right. They do. Or abusing them in some form or fashion. So you really think that you're going to have somebody that's going to step in and to save you? If you don't have the black man on your side and having your back, you're by yourself. And that is the reason why you have to say that you're strong and independent, because you know that you are alone in this world. And only you have alienated yourself in this world from the black man. You have alienated yourself from the protection of that black man. This doggone woman here, Kadejah Brown, first of all, it's a ghetto name. It's a very ghetto name. She had destroyed her family. And that is what sociopaths do. They destroy things around them without even thinking, because they just do things just to do. They don't think first. They just do it. And now you have a family. Now you have this situation. And it hurts. It hurts the children. This family, this man's family, they are hurting because they have lost a son. They have lost a cousin. They have lost an uncle. They have lost a father. They have lost it all because of her selfishness and because of her being a Terminator, being a robot, which is seek and to destroy. That is all they do. Strags like her, they seek to destroy. That's all they do in the black community. That is the reason why these young boys out here in the black community are behaving the way how they are behaving, because they are learning it from their mothers, and their mothers are toxic. So when they say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, that is what they mean by that. So when you hear a child that's acting out, you always ask, who is that child's parent? So when you see the mother acting out, then that child is going to do the same. So this is all that I had to say about this story. It really is a sad story. And as I may mention, I am very sorry for that Mr. Brown's family. I hope that they do get a chance to find peace during this horrible time that they are dealing with. But I will be coming back at you with another video. Have a good one.